Hello and welcome to this meditation for repairing and activating your new DNA. Now, if you haven't already, I'd like for you to find a place that you can rest while you're listening to my voice. This session is not intended to be listened to while you're driving or operating heavy machinery. It is intended to help you relax and rest. So go ahead now. Take in a nice, big, deep breath. Fill your lungs full of that beautiful air. I'm Shay Wesley, and I'm going to be your guide today. Now, as you release that exhale, I want you to allow your awareness to drop into the body. I want you to feel the breath gently entering through your nose, expanding your lungs, oxygenating your blood, and carrying the signal that it's time for repair. And with every breath, your autonomic nervous system calms. Your parasympathetic system activates. Your brain waves slow. You're entering the healing frequency now. So today, we're going to travel inside your body into the quantum machinery of life itself, your DNA. And on your behalf, I'm going to initiate biological repair, correct transcription errors, neutralize mutagenic influences, and awaken dormant codes, those waiting patiently to be expressed through the wisdom of your higher self. If you haven't already, go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to feel that subtle vibration surrounding you as your consciousness prepares to descend into the microscopic universe within you. So we begin our descent into the cell, entering the nucleus. So I want you to begin to imagine that your awareness is shrinking down smaller and smaller, past the skin, through the tissue, into a single cell is where this awareness resides. And in your mind's eye, you are now inside the inner space of a living cell. Around you is the cytoplasm, a rich, dynamic soup of enzymes, proteins, and signaling molecules. This is the city of life. And ahead of you, like a sacred temple, is the nucleus, the control center of your cell. And within it lies the double helix, your DNA. So in your mind's eye, I want you to see yourself stepping inside the nucleus now. And here you see strands of chromatin, densely packed coils of DNA and histones beginning to loosen, opening their structure in response to your conscious intention. And it is in this moment that you are witnessing the architecture of your biological identity. So in your mind's eye, I want you to see yourself approaching one of the DNA strands now. I want you to see the double helix, two strands bound by base pairs, adenine to thymine to cytosine to guanine. This is the blueprint of you. So it is in this moment that we scan this DNA strand for areas of damage. We're looking for breaks, scars, or oxidative residue. So now we call forth your body's repair enzymes. We begin by calling forth DNA polymerase as it gently fills in missing sequences. Next, we call in DNA ligase as it reseals the bonds stitching the helix like a sacred seamstress of light. And these enzymes unwind the supercoils, releasing genetic tension and preventing transcriptional errors. I want you to feel each strand begin to unfold and realign, correcting itself through precision and grace. And it is in this moment that you are in resonance with your own cellular intelligence, a healing rhythm encoded deep within you. So now we begin epigenetic work. I want you to imagine epigenetic tags like tiny switches along the DNA strand. And some are methyl groups silencing beneficial genes. Others are acetyl marks enhancing expression. So today, we release silencing those beneficial genes. And with intention and clarity, we begin to remove methylation from the genes associated with neurogenesis, immune response, regenerative capacity, emotional regulation, and even intuition and empathy. And now we're going to increase acetylation around these regions, opening the chromatin structure. I want you to visualize transcription factors moving in, enabling the creation of RNA, a copy of your DNA's message, so that your cells can act on your new instructions. And in this moment, we are actively guiding your gene expression toward regeneration, coherence, and awakened consciousness. Now we're going to turn our attention to the 98% of DNA that we once called junk. It is not junk, it is quantum responsive code, waiting to be awakened. So we use a coherent frequency to send through it. Your body can receive effortlessly the 528 hertz, the frequency of DNA repair, and the frequency of the music in the background. We can visualize now biophotons, tiny packets of light being emitted from your mitochondria, interacting with this DNA. So as I whisper the command, activate, you can see hidden strands illuminating, multi-dimensional blueprints unfolding, reconnecting you to your higher intelligence, ancestral memory, and soul frequency. These codes restore intuition, cellular communication, and DNA coherence. You are no longer limited by linear time. You are now in a field of quantum resonance, and your DNA is listening. So I want you to shift your awareness now to the mitochondria, the energy generators within every cell. I want you to visualize them glowing brighter, producing ATP, the currency of cellular energy. And as your DNA repair completes, the cell is flooded with power to integrate it. And every breath you take from now forward sends more oxygen and intention to these mitochondria. We can visualize ROS, which is reactive oxygen species, being neutralized and cleared. You are regenerating not just your structure, but your energy system as well. And now in your mind's eye, I want you to zoom out. And I want you to see this healed DNA transmitting its new code to neighboring cells. I want you to watch the repair sequence cascade across your body. Your nervous system balances, your immune system resets, organs recalibrate. Emotional centers in the brain relax. Heart and brain enter coherence. And you have just initiated and activated a system-wide epigenetic shift. And every cell in your body is now aligned to the frequency of regeneration, order, and quantum intelligence. Every cell in my body now expresses perfect health. My DNA is whole, restored, and activated. I am the conscious co-creator of my own biology. And every cell in your body holds the blueprint of divine health, and now it aligns to it effortlessly. Your DNA is self-repairing, self-renewing, and perfectly ordered. You are a field of quantum coherence, and your body regenerates in harmony with its truth. You are safe to heal on a cellular level. As I speak these words over you now, I want you to imagine them activating within you. I release the past patterns imprinted in my genes and open to a new epigenetic expression. Every breath I take sends healing signals to my DNA. I am the co-author of my genetic destiny. Old trauma is no longer encoded in my cells. It is transmuted into wisdom. So I lovingly release ancestral imprints that no longer serve my evolution. The emotional memories in my DNA are rebalanced through forgiveness, love, and light. It is in this moment that I honor my lineage by healing and upgrading the energy of my genes. Inherited limitations dissolve, and inherited gifts awaken. My cells are radiant with energy and intelligence, and my mitochondria pulse with clean, coherent power. I am fully charged with life force energy at the molecular level. I activate the full capacity of my body's energetic potential. Today, my dormant DNA awakens to support my highest purpose, and I know that I am ready to express the full spectrum of my divine design. My light codes are activated and online. My multi-dimensional gifts are awakened. And in this moment, I trust the wisdom encoded in my DNA and align with its highest frequency. My body is a quantum miracle, and I treat it with reverence and respect. Healing is my natural state. I am the bridge between science and soul. And each moment, my biology responds to my belief. I believe in healing, so I evolve. So now I'm going to speak life, health, directly into the helix of your DNA. I am the breath between the base pairs. I am the consciousness woven into every twist of this spiral. I feel the pulse of ancient memory, and I choose these codes to awaken. Here, within this double helix, I speak directly to life. I dissolve distortion. I seal what was broken. I unwind trauma and replace it with light, with peace. Every instruction now flows with precision. Every repair is complete, elegant, and guided by divine intelligence. I do not carry the past. I recalibrate it. I am not bound by inheritance. I rewrite it. And from this sacred space within the molecule of life, I activate my brilliance. I initiate renewal. I express only the truth of who I am. And what I am is the living language of creation. So I speak health into existence. And from the moment of my conception, I was encoded with purpose. Within that first divine spark, I carried the intelligence of galaxies compressed into a single cell of infinite knowing. I speak now from that sacred origin, before limitation, before pain, before forgetting. I am the original signal. I am the divine instruction wrapped in light. I remember the whisper of the one who called me here. I remember why I came. I remember who I am beneath the layers. And every strand of DNA within me holds that truth. And now I give it permission to express. So I speak life into my body. I speak wholeness into my cells. I speak clarity into my mind. And I speak destiny into my genes. And no mutation, no disease, and no disorder can override the will of my soul. And no trauma can erase the code of my becoming. So I return now to my original essence, pure, electric, eternal. And from this place, I rise. So in this moment, I speak life into my DNA. I speak truth into every strand, every bond, and every base pair. I speak light into the dark places where trauma hid, where pain encoded, where silence settled in. So it is in this moment I command my DNA to remember the original design: wholeness, peace, radiance, compassion, divine intelligence. And every cell has received this message today that you are safe to repair, you are safe to regenerate, you are safe to shine. And where there were mutations, I now speak correction. Where there was disorganization, I now speak coherence. And where there was silence, I now speak divine expression. Today I awaken the dormant codes, gifts that have waited generations to rise. Intuition, resilience, joy, clarity. And I clear the residue of suffering from my lineage. I release the fear that shut down my genetic light. I dissolve every epigenetic echo that does not belong to me. And with each breath today, I have recoded. With every word, I have renewed. And with every heartbeat, I have restored the sacred memory within me. I am the living breath inside the helix. I am the spark that activates divine design. I am the revolution. Now you've just spoken life into the very code of your being. You've remembered what the world tried to make you forget. that within you is the original blueprint of wholeness, and that you have never been broken, only waiting to be reawakened. You've called light into the spiral. You have breathed truth into your body, and you've restored what generations before you longed to heal. This session is more than a meditation. It is a declaration of evolution. This is DNA remembering its divinity. I am Shay Wesley, and I created this to remind you that healing is not outside you. It is inside your cells, inside your breath, and inside your remembrance. This is New America Healthcare. This is the medicine of the future, where science meets soul, where energy meets structure, and where you become the healer you've been seeking. Today you have spoken life. You have been a living light, and you have activated the truth encoded into your bones. You are the miracle, and it is already happening.